Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Alexa Hill, and I am the marketing manager here at CID. And today I am joined by our CEO, Ané Agostini. We'll both be sharing our expertise to help you improve your marketing and grow your commercial book of business. Now on to some logistics for today. As you can tell, you are all muted, but please use the chat feature as much as you'd like to ask your questions and interact with us throughout the webinar. Now today our goal is to provide you with the key strategies that will help you build your agency, grow your book of business, find new prospects, and take your marketing to the next level. So without further ado, I'll pass it off to Ané.
Hi, everyone. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are in the country. I'm going to start this off where we really need to start is if we're going to talk about marketing, we really have to talk about building a book of business and how the economy is impacting your business success potentially. Unfortunately, the economy is we're still, at least as a wholesaler, we are actually seeing some instability still in the business environment, and it's impacting all of yours ability to write new business and retain renewal business. And it's that businesses are still a lot unstable, and we're seeing some of them not actually doing as well financially. We're seeing people retire early. We're seeing businesses that are still going out of business, and some of them doing payroll reductions. And so it's still a challenge. And it's just a residual of a lot of things that have occurred over a period of time. So it just doesn't look normal probably to all of us from a business standpoint. And so that's something to keep in mind. Also, let's get a double whammy going here. The insurance industry is changing. It's not what it used to be. It used to be insurance was a very traditional industry, and all of those involved in it were insurance oriented. And the standards were from an insurance perspective. But many tech companies are entering the arena, and a lot of them are coming in. And so it's combining non-insurance people with insurance, and that is changing. The technology is obviously changing it to the point where it is improving the ease of doing business. So everything is being done online, quoting is being on all these tech platforms, and a lot of technology people that are attempting to be in the insurance industry. That is yet to be seen how the outcome of that is going to be, because I'm sure claims will probably be a determining factor down the road. So that's a distribution change shift, and it's impacting the underwriting of insurance as well. So the key is really to evaluate your commercial book and manage the direction of your new business commercial opportunities. So that's what we're going to be looking at here, and we'll move on to the next slide. So having a plan for building your commercial book, that's going to be the place we start before marketing. So a profitable insurance agency, you've got to have a balanced book of commercial insurance. So what I mean by that is there's going to be, you may write a lot of something. You need to analyze your book and see from a renewal standpoint and a new business standpoint, are you writing business that is falling off the books? The worst is having it fall off the first year. Or over time that you're writing, maybe you're writing a lot of contractors, and then you analyze your book of business and you see that you're losing a lot of contractors. That may not be the type of class of business that you want to write if you're not retaining that business long term. What you're going to want to look at it within your book is what are the things that you are writing and retaining over time. That's knowing what your book, how your book is performing is going to be an indication of where you want to go from a marketing standpoint. And you want to have a plan to get there, and you want to be proactive. And this is the famous last words, what has worked in the past is not necessarily what works in the future. Everything is changing in the insurance world and the business environment as well. So you need to be prepared to look at things differently going forward. Next slide. Okay, so I'm going to give you this is going to be very brief. I teach a whole webinar on the successful components of for an agency. But I'll give you my, short version here. Streamlining operations and developing systems. I can't say enough about this. Having systems in place for new business and your renewals, for your servicing of your operations, is really crucial. And if you're not a systems person, you want to hire someone who has that capability, so that you could work as a team with them to put those systems in place. And an example for me, I am a big picture thinker. I'm not the detailed systems person for operations. We have a team in our office that does an excellent job at this, and so we all balance each other out. But that is really important to run a efficient operation for your new business and renewals. Build your agency team. I was just talking about that. It's really important that in the interviewing process, that you are really taking a look, at attitudes, aptitude, and skill levels of potential candidates that you might hire. We hire a lot of college interns, or as interns, paid interns, and that has been successful for us in the past, and that they work part-time for us, and they're very moldable and generally really good at the job. So that's an idea as well, to look at your local college. Manage your production results. This is really crucial. You want to manage you want to be looking at your renewal results monthly and your new business production weekly. And because you have to know how you're doing, and you have to face the writing on the wall. You can't just sort of ignore it and pretend it's not happening to you. You need to be, are you retaining your renewals, and are you adding new business every week? And then last, establish a marketing plan and budget. And I'm going to talk about that on the next slide. So start with a marketing plan. So ideally, developing your branding is important. You may have already developed some branding to actually, for your agency, which maybe is a logo, but something that people recognize that this is your agency. What and you want to take a look at what differentiates you from the competition. What is it that clients like about you that makes you different and wanting to do business with you? That's what you want to communicate. It's really important to take a look at marketing budget. You have to invest some money into your business in order to have results take place. So marketing is an investment, and you want to expect it to perform as such. So successful marketing is all about building relationships. I'm sure many of you have figured that out, but I know that the everyday operations of the business can get in the way, and totally you lose track of how important it is to build relationships for new business opportunities. So we want to maximize both in-person and digital marketing opportunities. I'm going to be talking about the in-person side of marketing, and then Alexa is going to be talking about the digital marketing opportunities. Is emerging and very important. Both are. So let's move on and talk about in-person marketing. So I'm still very traditional. Everything has gone so digital. There's so much technology out there. People, I think I read where they did a survey that more people have become um, uh, they don't socialize anymore because they're always on their phone, or their relationship is on their phone. So I'm here to say that it's really important that we consider person to person relationships as an important building strategy, and ways to do that. It's still, some of them are just the very personal uh, ways of getting involved with business councils, local associations in your community. That's where I would start, right where you live, right where you have your office. You want to hold informational sessions at events and meetings. So you get involved, you join some of these associations, you attend their events, and you can also get involved, with potentially being a speaker, promoting your business at these events, maybe doing something educational that can assist with local business people that's relevant to your agency. You want to network with local businesses, and that's, of course, I'm talking about the same thing, which is really being out there and talking to other business owners, and letting them know what you do and why they would want to do business with you. You want to actively participate in local events. So people really do appreciate. I spent many years going out and visiting insurance brokers. It's become logistically difficult now to do as much, but that was always, people always loved to have someone visit them, at their own business and sit down and talk with them. It's still really an important part of the process, the marketing process. So there's always charitable events, fundraising organizations that you can participate. You're going to meet all kinds of business people there that need, business insurance. You can sponsor some of these local events, and you can sponsor it in target industries, industries that where you want to write their class of business. Um, and we'll move on to the next slide. So let's talk a little bit about the types of businesses to focus on. At our as a wholesaler, I think we're sometimes an indicator of what is we're writing a lot of this, what I'm sharing on the screen with you. And some of them are like more of the professional liability products, like allied health and medical. Miscellaneous medical falls into this. This is your home health care and assisted living facilities, and you could throw medical doctors and dentists and medical centers in there. So that all kinds, this is a big category. And there's a professional element, and there is a general liability element, and potentially a property element. Apartments, everyone's familiar with. Architects and engineers, this is another professional liability product that usually requires a GL coverage as well. Artisan contractors is that we write a lot of, and have a broad appetite for. And you can have a professional GL and property aspect of that, and marine inland exposure. Convenience stores. We write a lot of convenience stores and have a lot of markets for this. And there's just a lot of them everywhere. So that's another class to go after. Uh, uh, lawyers, lawyers and attorneys is another professional class that can have GL property um, uh, 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 coverages needed. Plus, there's risk. That's your commercial buildings, manufacturers. We have a broad appetite for restaurants, food service, all types of food service. Um, and that, and garage. We're very big writer in garage, and have a lot of carriers that have an appetite for both the automotive and the repair side, or the sales side, and the repair side. Nonprofits, we have a broad appetite for all types of nonprofits. and then retail stores and services, your Main Street America. There's still a need for those classes of business to be written, and we write a lot of it. So this gives you an idea of where you might want to place some of your focus on classes of business to write, because we're writing a lot of these now. And I'm going to turn it over to Alexa to talk about the digital side.
Okay, great. Thank you, Ané. Now let's move on to the digital side of marketing because this is really where I see a lot of opportunity for brokers to stand out. We all know that digital dominates how people communicate today, whether it's email, social media, or Google searches. This is most likely where your prospects are hanging out. Now, I want to acknowledge this upfront. I hear from agency owners all the time, I just don't have time for a lot of digital marketing. And that is fair because you are running a business, you're quoting, you're servicing your clients. But the thing is, relationship building itself has started to move online. You don't necessarily need to dedicate a ton of hours each week, but if you aren't visible online, then you're leaving some opportunity on the table. The good news is that with a blended approach, a little in person and a little digital, you can drive a lot more success without burning yourself out. Now, when we talk about digital marketing, there are a lot of different avenues you could go down, and I'm going to help you narrow those down. Here's what's out there. There's search engine optimization, or SEO, making sure that people can find your website in Google. There's website marketing, promoting your site and having useful content on there. There's content marketing, your newsletters, blogs, educational articles. We have your email marketing. You can use tools like Constant Contact, MailChimp, or Outlook to send out your emails. We have video marketing, like short videos or some YouTube content. And then, of course, social media. We got Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Now, I know it's a lot, but the reality is that you don't have to do all of this. In a few slides, I'll share which of these that will give you the most bang for your buck if you're limited on time. Now, we did get a few questions from our registration page, and a couple of them had to do with AI. So I do want to bring up AI and kind of give you my take on it. So I will say AI is one of the easiest ways to save time when it comes to your marketing. I look at it as less as something that replaces your marketing efforts and more as an assistant to you that can help make things easier and more efficient for you. You can use it to create a marketing plan, come up with some content ideas, write social media posts. You can draft email campaigns, you can analyze your marketing data, and you can even help identify some keywords or hashtags that might improve your reach on social media. And the best part is that a lot of these AI tools have free versions, so you can test them out without needing to make a big investment on them. I did want to bring up AI because it is so prevalent in today's day and age, and it is a great tool that is out there for you. Now, next I'm going to do a really quick poll just to see where most of your leads are coming today. So it's going to pop up on your screen. You just think about it for a quick second, and then you can click the bubble for your answer and then submit it. I'm going to give you a few seconds for everyone to answer, and then we will see. Okay, we got some coming in. I do ask this because most agencies are very referral heavy, which is great, but referrals aren't always scalable. So adding even a small digital presence may help you generate leads more consistently, which balances out those slower referral periods. Okay, let me move on to the next slide. Facebook marketing. If you're looking for an easy place to start, Facebook is a great option, especially for marketing locally. Here's why. It is free. It is where your local business owners are spending time, and it helps you stay visible and top of mind. One really effective tactic is to join local Facebook groups. For example, you might be focusing on contractors. There are contractor groups in almost every city where people are communicating all the time. So here is the key. It's about relationship building, not selling. So if you're in there, spend a few minutes each day commenting answering some questions, and being helpful. That's what's going to build trust, and over time, people will naturally reach out to you when they need some insurance. Now moving to LinkedIn. Now, if you want to connect directly with business owners, LinkedIn is going to be a really great platform. It's built for professionals. You can search by industry, location, company size. You can really zero in on who you want to connect with. Maybe you just got a license in a second state and you want to find some more clients there. You can use the search filters to only see professionals in that state. And I can show you more on this later when I do a little demo. Now, LinkedIn is going to help you build credibility. If a prospect Googles you, which they will, your LinkedIn profile is one of the first things that usually comes up. Having a professional active profile can make a big difference in whether someone chooses to work with you. And again, you don't need to spend hours a day on here. Just 10 minutes a few times a week can go a long way towards keeping you visible and building those connections. Now, I do want to bring up 2 more questions that we got on our registration page. They were both regarding social media. So the first question was, what social media platform has proven to be one of the greatest return of providing new business opportunities? So my answer to this is that for most agencies, I'd say LinkedIn and Facebook are going to provide the best return, but they each do serve a different purpose. LinkedIn is great for connecting with business owners and other professionals, while Facebook is excellent for building your presence in your local community. There are also a lot of businesses active on Facebook, along with industry-specific groups, where you can connect with potential clients and become part of the conversation. The biggest factor isn't which platform you choose, it's being consistent and providing valuable content. One platform that you actively maintain is going to be much more effective than trying to be everywhere and not staying active. And the second social media question I got is, does posting twice a month about your agency get you leads? Now, I will say, posting twice a month is a good start, but I wouldn't expect it to consistently generate leads on its own. Social media is about staying visible and building trust over time. The agencies that tend to see better results are going to be posting at least once or twice a week with a mix of educational content, community involvement, business tips, and agency updates. The goal is to stay top of mind so that when someone needs insurance or is referred to an agent, they already recognize your agency. Okay, I'm going to move into some LinkedIn do's and don'ts. Also, if you do have any questions, please chat them in. I'll be happy to answer them. Okay, so LinkedIn do's and don'ts. Couple quick tips on how to use LinkedIn effectively. So what you want to do is use this platform to build your brand. Make sure your profile clearly says what you do and who you help. Post helpful content. Share tips about risk management, coverage trends, or claim prevention. And most importantly, be consistent with it. What you don't want to do is spam people with nonstop sales pitches. That's going to turn off people almost instantly. And don't go too heavy on the self-promotion either. You want to focus on adding value first. The business will follow that. Think of it this way, you're building trust first, then relationships, then the business opportunities will come. So very quickly, I'm going to go through a little LinkedIn demo. I'm going to bring up LinkedIn on the screen, and I'm going to do a quick demo. So once you have your account already and it's looking good, you're going to head over to the search function. And here's when you want to think about what you're trying to find. What type of person do you want to find? Are they the owner of a law firm? Are they a restaurant owner? Etc. For this demonstration, I'm going to type in restaurant owners. I already searched it, so I'm going to click from here. Then I'm going to select people because we want to connect with the actual business owner. So we're going to click on people. And then this first category here is going to be the people that you're already connected with. So if you're looking for other prospects, you're going to want to click the second and the third, because those are going to be people that you're not already connected with. And then our last thing is going to be the location filter. So because we're located in San Diego, I am going to type in San Diego. And you can do this with any city, region, county, and it will pull up results. for your area. Now we can see there's hundreds of restaurant owners. You can go down here and toggle between 1 through 10, and I believe there's more after that as well. So once you find someone that you want to connect with, you can hit connect, and then you can wait for them to accept it, and then you'll be able to start messaging them and building that relationship with them. You can introduce yourself, learn about their business, and see if you can be of service to them. So I'm going to drag this out, and I'm going to move, here's our demo. Okay, so now, what can you do now? So I've thrown quite a few ideas at you, so let's bring it back to what you can do right now. So the truth is, you don't have to do everything. You just need to pick a few things that you can commit to consistently. A simple starting point is going to be to refresh your LinkedIn profile. This alone can make a huge difference when someone Googles you. And when you get Googled, your LinkedIn profile is going to be one of the first things that come up. So it is important to have a solid profile on there that says what you do, your agency, all those things. Then you can join a local Facebook group and start commenting and engaging with the people on there. You can post or comment 2 times a week to stay visible to your potential clients. These small actions can start to build some momentum. And you can just block like 10 to 15 minutes each day to build some relationships. And this is totally doable for anyone. It does not take too much time. Also, do not forget to use CID's free marketing tools. We have dozens of class-specific marketing flyers on our website. We made them specifically for you and for you to use. Put your agency information on there, and you can use them in emails, social media posts, or even when you do a proposal presentation for your clients. We also have tons of more webinars available on our YouTube, so you can feel more confident when pitching yourself as the agent that they should choose. So there are paid marketing services also that can do more for you. There absolutely is. But if you want a good place to start that doesn't really cost you anything, these simple, consistent actions will get you the results without overwhelming your calendar or your bank account. So moving on to how CID can help you. We are very much here to help you. We want to be your partner in growing your commercial book. You've got a team of responsive, experienced underwriters who want to help you place more business here at CID. Now, before we hop off here, please go ahead and type in any questions that you still have. I'm going to very quickly drop in the chat our target products and our product appetite for you all to reference. I'm just going to paste that there in the chat. Those links will take you to our website and you'll be able to download both of those PDFs there. So if you have any risks that are sitting on your desk that are going to align with our appetite and you're ready to submit them for quotes, please send an email over to submissions@cidinsurance.com. We'll be happy to start looking at getting a quote for you. So I don't see that any other questions have come in. So I think we're going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you all for joining us, and we really look forward to doing business with you. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.